Aera, baby, just one last bite. Come on, eat it. Vian said to her 2 years old daughter, who has been showing tantrums while eating. Here, she said while putting spoon of baby food in front of her mouth, but she pouted and turned her face to other side. Aera, you are mama's good girl, right? Please eat it. But the little cutie pie didn't budge even a bit. How will you eat medicine if you won't eat food? Vian placed her hand on Aera's forehead only to find it still burning. See, you still have fever. Come on, eat it like a good girl. Vian again tried to make her eat, but this time she covered her face with her hands, turning away. Vian sighed and put the food away, kneeling down in front of her. She put her hands away and looked at her face, which was pale due to fever. My cutie, tell me, what do you want? Do you want to eat something else, She asked, smiling at her, caressing her head. But her smile dropped hearing Aera's reply. Dada. No, he won't come, Aera. Hearing your reply, Aera started crying. You picked her up, taking in your embrace, trying to comfort her. Aera, stop crying, baby. Your fever will get worse. Dada. Vine was trying her level best to stop her from crying, but Aera was only crying more, chanting her father's name like a prayer. Aera, stop crying. She was swaying side to side, casing her back. Let's give you medicine. Come on. Vian took her to bedroom to give her medicine. Vian placed her on the bed and brought out her medicines. While she kept crying and hiccuping for her father, Vian sat on the bed placing Aera on her lap. Vian tried to give her medicine but she kept wiggling in her embrace. Aera, please have these. Your fever is getting worse now. Aera looked at her mother with glossy eyes. Dada. Vian eyes tear up looking at her daughter, craving for her father. Vian hid her daughter in her embrace, trying to calm her. She picked her phone, dialing her friend or Aera's pediatrician number. On call. They, can you please come over? Vian said as few tears rolled down her eyes, staining her cheeks. Aera's cry died few moments ago, but she was still sniffing her mother's embrace, while Vian was gently patting her back, staring blankly at the wall. The house was dead silent. Only Aera's sniffles could be heard. The mother-daughter duo flinched with the sudden sound of doorbell. Vian picked up Aera and went to open the door. You opened the door, revealing Taehyung, who greeted you with a smile. You tried to smile back but failed miserably when a tear dropped from your eyes. Concern could be seen on his face. He shifted his gaze from you to Aera when she extended her hands towards him. He took Aera from you and went inside, followed by you. Vian, she is still burning. Didn't you give her the medicines? I tried, but she only wants him. Your voice cracked in the end, followed by more tears. How much his heart is clenching seeing his friend in this state. How he wanted to end her sufferings at once if he could. Come here. He pulled you in a brotherly hug as soon as you sat beside him. You pulled out after some time. Stay strong, Vianney, for your daughter. You nodded and wiped your tears. Bring her medicine, Vian. I'll feed this naughty girl. Taehyung tickled Aera, who laughed out loud. You smiled looking at your daughter laughing. You went and bring her medicine which Taehyung somehow made her eat. He played with her for some time. After some time, Vian, I gotta go. Now Sarah is waiting for me. He looked at you with an apologetic face. It's okay, Tay. You go. You both can come with me if you want. No. We don't want to third wheel between newlyweds. They smiled shyly. He looked at Aera, who was playing with her toys in the living room, and looked back at you. Ryan, I think you should call him and let him meet Aera. They, don't you know what he did to me? I know, but think about your daughter. She will again ask for him as I'll go. On top of that, she is sick. And I know you don't want her to be more sick. I gave her medicine, but we both know what's a real cure. He said, looking at Aera, who giggled and he made a funny face. Taehyung left after some time. You sat there looking at your daughter playing and thousands of thoughts in your head. You were busy with your thoughts that you didn't hear Aera calling you until she crawled towards you and tugged your trousers. You looked down at her and smiled. She extended her hands towards you. You picked her up and went to your bedroom. You laid her on the bed and laid beside her, patting her tummy to make her sleep. She looked at you with her doe eyes. Mama, Dada. You sighed, thinking that she still didn't forget about him. Okay, I'm calling him. Her eyes lit up with happiness. You chuckled when she smiled, making her eyes disappear just like her dad. You picked up your phone, going towards balcony after kissing her forehead. You inhaled a long breath before dialing a number. You put it near your ear and waited patiently for the other side. Not long after, an elderly feminine voice answered from the other side. Hello? Hello, Mom. There was a pause from other side when, Ryan, my child. Yes, Mom. How are you and my Aera? We are good. Mom, can you send him to my address? Is everything okay? Is Aera okay? No, Mom. She has fever and she has been crying for him. I am sending him Ryan. Don't worry. Thank you, Mom. So now you will say thank you to your mom also. No, Mom, it's not like that. It's just. I know. I'm going to his room, okay? Good night and take care. You too, Mom. Bye. You hung up the call and turned around, only to find your cutie looking at you with curious eyes, waiting for an answer. He is coming, my doll. Not long after, the doorbell rang, making Aera scream excitingly. Stay here, okay? I'm coming. Ryan went to open the door after tugging Aera inside the blanket. You took a deep breath before opening the door, and there he was, the person whom you never wanted to see again. All the memories came back in your mind as soon as your eyes met his. Eyes. You liked his eyes the most. Those eyes which were filled with love for you. Maybe still are, but you are too careless to notice that. He also tried to find the same nostalgia in your eyes, but it was only filled with hurt, betrayal, and coldness. This eye contact was for mere seconds, which you quickly broke by looking away. How much his heart clenching due to your ignorance? But he deserved it, or maybe not. He wanted to hug you tight and kissed you until you are out of breath. His eyes, which were holding thousands of unspoken words, were ignored by you. He was still staring at you with his glossy eyes when you walked away. He has no other option than silently following you upstairs towards your bedroom, where his princess, his life, his heart was waiting patiently for him. Aera, she looked towards you, and then she looked behind you to find her father, whom she was craving from 3 months. Dada. Jimin wastes no time to run towards his daughter, taking her in his embrace, strongly yet delicately. He peppered her face with kisses all over. She also clutched her hands on his shirt, snuggling into his muscular chest, sobbing under her father's warmth. Both father and daughter were crying after being away for 3 months. You decided to leave them alone, so you went to living room with tears in your eyes. Jimin laid on the bed with Aera on his chest, lightly patting her back to calm her. After showering her with some more love and kisses, she finally fell asleep. Here you are crying upon your daughter's suffering. Did that little being really deserve this? You were somehow feeling guilty for keeping your daughter away from her father. You felt a presence beside you. You know already who it was. You looked at him only to find him already staring at you with teary eyes. She fell asleep. You looked away from him. Few moments passed in silence when you felt his forehead pressing against your shoulder, tears falling on your hands, dropping from his eyes. Where do my love like a lion to lose your trust that easily? You didn't even feel the need to inform me about my daughter's sickness. You left me for suffering alone. What did I even do to deserve this? You harshly wiped your tears and stood up. You don't know what you did. You have the audacity to play the innocent card. If you forget, then let me remind you. You, Mr. Park, you cheated on me. I didn't. You scoffed and gritted your teeth, feeling your anger on its peak. Oh, really? Then what about that I saw with my own eyes? That so cold Linda was sitting on your lap kissing you. She drugged me wine. I swear I never cheated. In fact, I can't even think about cheating on you. What made you think that I'll believe your lies? This time he looked up at you. Your heart clenched at its state. Tear-stained face, red and puffy eyes, pale face, and his slim body probably because of not eating food. I swear I didn't. He said, shaking his head side to side, choking on its tears. He hugged your waist, burying his face in your stomach, sobbing loudly, repeating one thing. I swear I never cheated. You stood there numb after knowing the truth. You don't know how to react. You never thought that he had been suffering without any fault. You sat beside him and hugged him tightly while he sobbed on your chest. Please don't make me suffer more. I can't take this. I am sorry. I am so sorry. No, it's not your fault. But please don't be away from me. I live without you and Aera. You cried more hearing his words. Don't say like that. I promise I'll never leave you again, never. He was trembling and gasping for air, so you tried to get up and bring water for him, but he tightened his grip more. Don't go. Min, I'm not going anywhere. I'll bring water for you. But he was not ready to leave you, so you kissed him to make his breathing stable. After a few moments, his body relaxed. Both of your lips were moving in sync. You broke the kiss when you heard Aera's loud cry. You both quickly ran towards your bedroom. You quickly took her in your arms, patting her bum. Aera, baby, Mama is here. Don't cry. After patting for some time, she slept again. You put her on bed and laid beside her. You looked towards the door to find Jimin standing there. You signaled him to come towards you. He slowly came near the bed. You lifted the blanket and patted the space beside you. He got inside the blanket and laid beside you. One side Aera, other side Jimin, with you in the middle. You brought your hand to his head, patting it gently. Sleep. He shook his head as no. Why? I'm afraid that when I'll wake up in the morning, you won't be beside me. You placed a long peck on his forehead. Min, sleep. I promise you I won't go anywhere. His tensed body relaxed and he snuggled comfortably. In no time he slept. Wyan stared at his face, caressing his cheeks. I won't go away from you. I love you more.